Friday, and customer in this part of the world, we say TGIF, that is thank God it's Friday. And we're reaching you live from the heart of Lagos, Victoria Island to be precise. We are at the Galleria. And today on the show, Meet the Boss on CNTV, brought to you by ConnectNigeria.com. We shall be interviewing a very unique CEO, someone who has something very interesting to tell us about today on the show. So I urge you to join me as I welcome onto the show today Mr. Temi Osinfade.
Yes.
I hope I'm right.
Yes, sure.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yes. Now, the name T.t.Dalk. Very interesting, unique name, I must say.
Yes.
How did you come about that name, T.t.Dalk?
T.t.Dalk is, well, funny enough, when I was starting the brand, a lot of names came into my head, and thinking, slick designs, chic designs, but it was too random, so we decided to do something totally different. So I came up with the acronyms of my names and my family's names. So TT, that's my name, Temi Osinfade. Then D, my mom's name, Dolako. A, my little brother, Adewale. Then L, my elder brother, Ladapo. Then K, Kendi, my dad.
That's a very fantastic.
Don't worry, it's not a family business. It's just,
no, but it is a fantastic concept. I mean, the name T.t.Dalk is the kind of name that can metamorphose into a brand, design brand on its own internationally. So,
yes.
I think that's a good one. That's a very good one. Now, apart from that, who is Mr. Temi? In simple words, how do you describe yourself? If somebody goes like, who's Mr. Temi?
Mr. Temi is a creative, artistic, and a man that understands style and is ready to show it to the world.
Good. From there. Now the Nigerian market. You're a young entrepreneur. You know the challenges that comes with being a young entrepreneur in Nigeria. Yeah. What strategies do you put in place to help you promote your idea, your brand? And is it working?
Okay. When I started, it was a bit of a challenge because then the clothing market was a bit saturated. So a lot of people still ask me that, why did I go into clothing? And we decided to do something totally different. So we looked into the market and we found out there weren't any brands for shoes. Then there were so many brands for clothing here and there, and we wanted to do something. So we said, okay, let's have slippers, branded slippers. Let's put a name to it, let's brand it there. I started in school at when I was in 300 level, going to my final year, and so at that time, that even dawned on me that wasn't the real reality, because then my clients were around me, my friends, my schoolmate, everybody was around me in school. So I was going from all to all, marketing door to door, and so that was the strategy I started with. Okay. Then, but like they say, preparation meets victory, meaning that for you to be victorious in life, you should have prepared.
True.
And for me, I prepared. I saw it coming because when I was on the level, I used to do summer job and all that, and it was a lot of work, transport, trying to get a job. I was fortunate because then it was summer, so I was working with one of my uncles, so I learned a lot, I experienced a lot. But it hadn't dawned on me then. But so we had to prepare something. So the part of the strategy that I used was, as my own friends, my colleagues were graduating, they will serve as connects. They will serve as marketers wherever they are.
Network.
Company, a network, exactly. Link between me and them and the brand. So I had to quickly market and sell to them. So wherever they are in the future, they will be able to refer me, because in this business, without referrals, then you're alone. Without referrals, your business is not thriving. Do you get? So it was part of the strategies I used, to get into the market.
At what point in life did you decide, I want to do my own thing? I know you mentioned earlier that you worked a bit with your uncle, etc., etc. At what point did you say, I want to do my own business?
When I was in school, everything started from when I was in school. My mom, she's a businesswoman. My dad is a doctor. My mom is a very brilliant artist. She's late now. She died 5 years ago. And I know I learned a lot from her, a whole lot, artistic part, as well as my dad too. He's artistic too, but he never admits that that I got it more from my mom, But and I know that I've always loved to do business, Right from when I was school, I used to sell all sort of things. I've sold phones before, I've sold wristwatches, I've sold perfumes, I've sold clothes, I've sold shoes that were in my brand, So I've always loved to sell, and so it had been in me, so I grew into it, and I said to myself, like, look, you need to start something, you need to create something, So I think it's something that started with me, and I made up my mind right from school that I was going to do something for myself.
Now tell us, what are the various kind of products you have? I know you mentioned slippers earlier. What other brands of product does T.t.Dalk have in their collections?
We have male shoes, slippers, sandals, belts, wallets. We design cufflinks too, like what I'm wearing.
Okay, good one.
The gold one. And we have for ladies too, shoes, sandals, slippers, female belts, and cufflinks too for ladies too, as well as card holders. Where you put your cards, your ATM cards, and all that. We've done branding for a couple of companies also, and we also launched one of our new bags. We've launched a couple of bags now. We have about 3 collections. We call it the Signature Collection. Yes, and they are basically business bags where you can put your iPad, your laptop,
A few documents,
in it.
Nice one. Now, your products readily available?
Yes, they are 100%.
100%. And they are solely Nigerian-made products?
Yes, they are solely.
Fantastic.
But the thing is, most of our materials, we import them, but we finish the materials. In fact, all of them are imported, and we finish them.
That's a good one. So how do you know the taste, or how do you meet the taste of Nigerians? I mean, it has been widely reported that Nigerians are among the highest in the world when it comes to taste of all kinds. How do you carve a niche for yourself? How do you identify that, yes, this is what my clientele would need? How do you itemize those things? Like when you're selecting your raw materials that you bring in before you finish the assembling here.
In business, starting a business, you need to understand your target market. You need to understand what the needs of your target market. So we've done a survey in the footwear industry, and as well as people that are in the role models, as well as icons in fashion and style. And that's basically people that, the young guys, people around them look up to in terms of how to dress, how you've been styled. And it's part of our survey to look at what is trending.
Yeah.
So that is part of the things that allows us to know that this is what is in vogue. The kind of brands they choose to wear. The kind of clothes they choose to wear. Why would they wear this brand over this? So those are the surveys that we do, and it's something that's helped us, and that's what we still do till now.
At this point, we should just go on a short commercial break. We shall be right back, and we still have few more questions to ask Mr. Temi Osinfade. So please, stay tuned, don't go nowhere.
Grow your business fast. Log on to connectnigeria.com.
Welcome back to the show, Meet the Boss on CNTV, brought to you by Connect Nigeria. And we're still discussing with Mr. Temi Osinfade, the CEO of T.t.Dalk. It's been a very interesting discussion so far, and we're heading to the last phase of the discussion. Welcome back, Mr. Temi. Do you have a game plan to get your brands outside the shores of Nigeria? Let's say starting with some neighboring West African countries like Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic. Is there any plan?
Yes. Like I said earlier, we thank God for the good courier services that we have at the moment. They are taking products, all across Nigeria, nationwide, and outside the country. For now, we have media tools that has helped grow the business in terms of network and reach. Facebook is one of them, and Facebook allows you to reach out to a larger audience that's outside your own circle, outside Lagos, outside Nigeria. And it's very fortunate how we've had orders from Ghana, Togo. In fact, we ship to Ghana and we ship to Togo.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's just close by.
Yeah.
And we have orders from UK, from the US, most especially the US, and London too. And we do delivery all across borders right now.
borders. That's good.
We use DHL, FedEx, UPS, those guys, they take your products outside the country, 100%, and they've really done that very well.
Oh, that's good.
For now, it hasn't been, a lot of, there've not been a lot of orders now, because the truth of the matter is, I'm a person that believes in, taking care of where you are coming from before you go out.
True.
So there's still a lot of work to be done in Nigeria. There's still a lot of work to be done in Lagos here. And, when you start to say, okay, let's start doing deliveries across it, the mission is defeated because there's still a lot of loopholes here.
To be done locally.
There's still a lot of things to be done, a lot of things. So when you say you're now taking your brand outside the country, come on, man, what have you done here? Who knows you here? So for us, for now, we're still focusing on the reach out all around Nigeria.
Good. Now, interestingly, you said you mentioned the fact that you want to concentrate mainly of first and foremost local market, the Nigerian content. Now, in line with that, how would you rate the SME business or the SME industry in Nigeria?
The SME industry in Nigeria is growing daily. There are a lot of opportunities here and there, but for the youth, we still need to work on ourselves, because a lot of people still need to be tutored on how to start businesses. Most times, I think part of the causes of this nonchalant attitude from the youth is from school, because in school, you get to school and what you're being taught are basically admin courses, sciences, arts, commercial. There's really no program to build, entrepreneurs. There's really no program to build entrepreneurs, because business is not for everybody. Sincerely, I'll tell you that. For you to do business is a thing from the mind. It's not about just learning it. Do you understand? It's something that has to be embedded in you. You need to grow into it. It's a training process. That's why you have the A class, the A class students, and you have the D guys, because it's not because the D guys are not smart, because as a matter of fact, the guys that finish with third class today are the ones that own big businesses, and they employ the guys with the first class.
Statistics. Now, in line with that, what can now be your advice? What would you say your advice would be to young individuals like yourself who are probably trying to come into this line of business, or maybe something else? What are some of those key steps you would encourage such young ones to take if they're aspiring to be entrepreneurs?
First, you need to understand the business you are venturing into. I'm a God-fearing person. I will say, first, you commit the business you want to start to God. You pray. You need to understand the business you are venturing into. You need to understand the market you're selling to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't sell phones to an economy where there is no network.
True.
You understand? They need to be network for your cell phone. So you need to understand your market. Then you need to be prudent. What do I mean by you being prudent? You need to save. Whatever you sell, you put the money back into the business. If you are making 100%, put back at maybe for a start 80% back into the business. You need to discipline yourself.
Yeah.
Discipline. When I was starting in 300 level, going to 400 level, in fact, it was a challenge, because then that was the time I was doing my project. And also, I had a lot of time with myself. A lot of my friends were going out to clubs and having fun and all that. I thank God I did all that in 100 level and 200 level. So I had to choose. So at that time, I had to choose that, see, instead of spending this money, let me save it and put it back into my business. Because we in school right now is not reality.
Yeah.
Reality is when you get out of the box.
Get out of school.
Are you getting me? So that has been one of the things. And also, you need to be focused. You need to know what you want. You need to be able to differentiate your wants from your needs. It's very important. Don't put your wants in front of your needs. If you need to buy a new shoe, wait till you can save a lot more money and make a lot more money before you buy a shoe. Delay gratitude. You need to delay your gratitude. You don't have to put some certain things before your business, because at the end of the day, it's your business that will suffer.
When you don't manage your cost.
When you don't manage
Principle
your cost,
of economics.
you know. And demand and supply is when you're already in the business.
Yeah.
The rule of demand and supply. You need to be able to know what your customers need at certain times. We
Well,
are the leaders of tomorrow.
at this point, it's been a wonderful chat. We have been talking to Mr. Temi Osinfade, the CEO of T.t.Dalk. You've heard it all. He's giving very useful tips that can help young entrepreneurs, those aspiring to do what he's doing, or any other thing. He has said a lot. And there's a popular saying that goes, a word's good enough for the wise. So if you're a young person out there trying to do what he's doing, or any other thing as a young entrepreneur, from what you can gather today, it is possible if your mind is focused, doing the right thing. It has been a wonderful time on the show Meet The Boss on CNTV, brought to you by ConnectNigeria.com. And remember, as I always say, you can catch today's episode and previous episode on our website, www.connectnigeria.com. So until next time on the show Meet The Boss, I still remain your host, William Susomba, telling you, keep a positive mind. Bye, folks.
Looking for a business? Log on to ConnectNigeria.com.